There is a reason you cannot focus, and it has nothing to do with your character. If you have ever sat down to do the work that could change your life, and 10 minutes later found yourself staring into the fridge, this isn't a video. This is an intervention. You didn't decide to get distracted. You didn't weigh the pros and cons of scrolling Instagram versus building your future. You just woke up halfway through the scroll. You are operating on autopilot. You tell yourself you are lazy. You tell yourself you lack motivation. Let's kill the shame right now. You aren't lazy, you are overdosed. Your brain is currently drowning in a chemical called dopamine. Every time you check TikTok, every time you eat processed sugar, every time you watch adult content, you are blasting your nervous system with unearned pleasure. You are like a lab rat in a cage, pressing a button to get a pellet, over and over again until you pass out. Because your brain is flooded with this cheap noise, it has lost the ability to appreciate silence. Real work is slow, real work is quiet. So, when you try to focus, your brain panics. It doesn't just feel boring, it feels like a crawling anxiety under your skin, a physical itch that forces you to pick up the phone just to make the silence stop. This is not a personality flaw, this is a physiological condition. You have fried your receptors. You are walking through life in a gray zone, numb to simple pleasures, and constantly hunting for the next hit. You don't need a new planner. You don't need a productivity app. You need rehab. You need the monk mode protocol, and it starts with a rule that sounds insane. To fix your life, you have to make it boring on purpose. To fix the machine, you have to understand how it broke. Your brain operates on a system of homeostasis. It wants balance. When you scroll through social media or eat a candy bar, your dopamine spikes. It shoots way above your baseline. You feel good. You feel alive. But what goes up must come down. To restore balance, your brain plunges your dopamine levels below the baseline. This is the crash. You know this feeling. It is that empty, restless, slightly irritable sensation you get the second you close the app. The fun is over. And now you feel worse than you did before you started. Now, here's the trap. If you constantly bombard your brain with spikes, your brain adapts. It raises the baseline to handle the noise. This is why you can't focus. Writing a report or reading a book are low dopamine activities. Compared to a 15-second video, reading a book feels like staring at a blank wall. It is like eating pure sugar all day, and then trying to eat an apple. The apple tastes like cardboard. The apple isn't bad. Your taste buds are broken. The very things you use to feel alive are systematically destroying your ability to enjoy everything else in your life. So, what is the cure? We have to lower the water level. We have to enter a period of strategic deprivation. We cut the artificial spikes. And when we do that, we trigger the system's reset button. That button has a name, and most people are terrified of it: boredom. In this protocol, boredom is not the enemy. Boredom is the medicine. When you are truly, deeply bored, your receptors begin to heal. Suddenly, writing that email doesn't feel like pulling teeth. It feels like clarity. Doing those push-ups doesn't feel like a chore. It feels like strength. The work didn't change. You changed. You are starving the addict, so the builder can finally breathe. Welcome to the cage. For the next 21 days, we are stripping your life down to the studs. This is not a suggestion. This is a binary system. You either do it or you don't. There is no gray area. Here are the 4 non-negotiables of the monk mode protocol. Rule number 1. Zero cheap dopamine. This is the hardest rule. No TikTok, no Instagram Reels, no adult content, no video games, no alcohol, no processed sugar. If it gives you a high without effort, it is banned. Your phone is now a landline. It is a tool for communication and navigation only. You are cutting the supply lines to the enemy. The addict inside you will panic. It will throw a tantrum. Your job is to sit there with the empty phone and let it scream until it realizes no relief is coming. Rule number 2, the physical anchor. You must sweat every single day. 30 minutes minimum, heavy lifting or high-intensity cardio. Why? Because when you cut out the cheap pleasure, your brain will get restless. It will get anxious. You need to channel that anxiety into physical pain. You are replacing cheap dopamine with endorphins. You are teaching your body that the only way to feel good is to earn it. Rule number 3, the silence. 10 minutes of pure stillness per day. No guided meditation apps, no soothing music, just you sitting in a chair, staring at a wall. This sounds easy. It is torture. Your mind will scream. It will remind you of every embarrassing thing you did in high school. It will tell you that you are bored. Let it scream. You are training your ability to be alone with the only person you can't escape: yourself. Rule number 4, deep work, 4 hours, uninterrupted, phone in another room. This is where we channel the energy. Now that you aren't wasting 6 hours a day on a screen, you have a void to fill. Fill it with the mission. At first, it will be hard, but by day 10, you will enter a flow state you haven't felt since you were a child. But listen carefully, you will not reach day 10 if you are not prepared for what happens next. This protocol has 3 distinct phases, and the first one is designed to break you. If you don't know what's coming, you will quit on day 3. Here is the timeline of what you are about to face. I am not going to lie to you. The first few days of this protocol will not feel like enlightenment. They will feel like withdrawal, because that is exactly what it is. You need to know the terrain before you step onto the battlefield. Here is the 21-day timeline. Stage 1, the withdrawal. This is the combat zone. Your brain is going to realize that the steady supply of cheap dopamine has been cut off, and it is going to panic. You will feel irritable. You will feel anxious. You will have headaches. You will feel ghost vibrations in your pocket. Your brain literally hallucinating a notification just to get you to look at the screen. Every fiber of your being will tell you, just one peek, just 5 minutes. Do not negotiate. This pain is not a sign that something is wrong. It is a sign that the addiction is dying. You have to grit your teeth and let the fever break. Stage 2, the flatline. This is the danger zone. The acute pain stops, but the energy hasn't returned yet. You enter the void. Life feels gray. You aren't happy, but you aren't sad. You're just empty. This is where 90% of people quit. They think, I stopped the bad habits, so why don't I feel amazing yet? Here is the truth. The flatline is proof your brain is recalibrating. The silence feels loud because your receptors are finally listening for something real to focus on. You have to walk through this desert. You have to keep working, even when you feel absolutely nothing. Stage 3, the clarity. If you survive the desert, you reach the oasis. Around day 15, the fog lifts. You wake up, and for the first time in years, your brain feels light. You sit down to work, and you don't feel the urge to run away. You just work. Focus becomes effortless. You find yourself enjoying the boring things. A conversation, a walk, a book. The colors of the world look brighter. This is the God state. You haven't gained a superpower. You have simply returned to the factory settings of a human being who isn't drugged by technology. But there is one weapon you need to survive the desert. Willpower alone will not get you through the flatline. You need a mental shift that turns the loneliness from a punishment into your greatest advantage. This is the concept of the dark room. There is a reason it is called monk mode. It implies solitude. For 21 days, you are going to pull back from the world. You are going to decline the invites. You are going to stay home on Friday night. You are going to be a ghost. To the average person, this sounds depressing. They are terrified of being alone because when they are alone, they have to face their own thoughts. But to the pro, this isolation is a weapon. Think of a photograph. You cannot develop a photograph in broad daylight. If you expose the film to light too early, the image is destroyed. You have to take it into the darkroom. You need total darkness to bring the image to life. You are the image. You cannot find yourself while you are constantly performing for other people. You cannot hear your own intuition while you are drowning in the noise of the group chat. You have to step into the darkroom. This is why the flatline phase feels so empty. You are standing in the dark. The image isn't gone. It just hasn't developed yet. Your job isn't to turn the light on. Your job is to wait. The silence rule is your darkroom time. The deep work is where the image starts to appear. Every time you choose the boredom over the cheap dopamine, you are adding detail to the picture of who you are becoming. During these 21 days, you are not hiding. You are developing. You are removing the external validation so you can build internal strength. Let them wonder where you went. Let them think you fell off. While they are out chasing attention, you are in the shadows, sharpening the blade. Real power is not built on a stage. It is built in the dark. But the darkroom has a door, and on day 22, you must walk back out into the light. This is the most dangerous moment of all. How you return will determine if you keep this power or lose it in a week. Let's talk about your re-entry protocol. On day 22, you unlock the cage. You step back into the world. The world hasn't changed. It is still loud. It is still chaotic. It is still addicted to the next trend. But you have changed. You will notice something immediately. Everyone else looks frantic. They are twitching for their phones. They can't hold eye contact. They are vibrating with anxiety. But you are still. You move slower. But you get more done. You speak less, but people listen more. You have become the signal in the noise. You have reset your baseline. But here is the final warning. This clarity is expensive to earn, but it is cheap to lose. If you go back to the sugar, the scrolling, and the cheap thrills, the fog will return in 48 hours. Guard your baseline like it is the most valuable thing you own, because it is. Do not trade your power for a dopamine hit. I have given you the map. The protocol is simple. The execution is brutal. Most people watching this will nod their heads, feel a burst of motivation, and then scroll to the next video. They will remain the lab rat, but a few of you, maybe 1%, are ready to stop consuming and start building. The clock starts now. If you want to join the few, hit subscribe. But your first act of power happens right now. Prove this wasn't just entertainment. Shut this video off, put the phone down, and sit in the silence for 1 full minute. That is your first rep. I'll see you on the other side.